Hi everybody, it's Az here from HeelvsBabyface on the beta for Battle for Azeroth, chilling out in Borealis by the gallows, because it's always fun to watch somebody hang from the yard arm. Weird beginning to a video. Anyway, the reason why I'm here, of course, is because we're going to talk about PvP, player versus player conflict, and more specifically, the war mode, which has been entered into the beta. Now, I myself have kind of fallen out of love with PvP. I used to do a lot of it. Used to love doing battlegrounds, doing arena with my friends. That usually got quite tasty, if you know what I mean. But since around about WoD, I think WoD really kind of like killed it dead, but Mists of Pandaria also are starting to lose interest in PvP quite a lot. And then Legion did nothing at all to kind of build that love back with all the PvP talent trees and stuff and prestige system. Prestige system? This isn't COD! I know it's Activision, but there's no COD. Anyway, so BFA have activated War Mode. So let's just have a look at what exactly War Mode is. So if you go to your talent section, on the top right-hand side, oh, peeky poo, you can actually activate and close down your PvP talents according to what your play style is. And at the bottom here, we have the War Mode button. Dare I press it? I don't know. So what exactly is War Mode? If I scroll over it, enables world PvP with the opposing faction. Activates PvP talents in the outdoor world. Outdoor world? Outside world. Outdoor world. This isn't playtime. This is person versus person combat, Blizzard. Right. Can only be turned on or off in Stormwind. Oh. Okay. Well, it looks like I'm going to have to bugger off to Stormwind. Why isn't turned on and turned off in any major metropolitan area? Not sure, but I don't know. See you in a shake of a lamb's tail. So here I am now in Stormwind in a very convenient spot. Convenient if you want to spy on Mrs. Miggins of a night. She doesn't close the curtains, don't you know? Anyway, that's complete and utterly irrelevant to this video. So now let's bring up the talents again, and you'll see that War Mode is available to be activated. Do I just press the button? Dare I press the button? Oh my god! My character screams with glee at the carnage that it's about to reap upon unsuspecting foes. So, now that we actually have the ability to activate PvP talents in the outside world, let's just see how PvP talents actually work. Now, in the previous expansion, you know, you had a typical talent tree very much like this here for PvE. It was a complete carbon copy. And when you got to the end, all you had to do was do the prestige system and do it all over again, because the definition of insanity and all that. But the PvP talent system, and I am one who does critique Blizzard on just changing the aesthetics of things, but they are identical. This is one of those instances, but I actually quite like this, and I'll tell you for why. First of all, if I click onto this one, the big one at the top, my multi one, I have access to 3 abilities. The Gladiators Medallion, which of course is going to remove your impairing effects. Adaptation, replaces the Honorable Medallion, removes all loss and control effects with a 5-second duration or more. And Relentless, you know, duration of incoming crowd controlled effects diminished by 20%. So it's up to you which one you choose as regards to your CC diminishing effects. Just for argument's sake, I'm going to go with the Gladiators Medallion because the classics are always the best. But this is the area that I really like, and it's these 3 blobs right here. And the reason why I like these 3 blobs right here is they're identical. And so Blizzard isn't actually trying to subvert anything here or really trick you here into thinking something's grandiose or different. All it is click on and pick. Just pick your 3 favourites, and that's it. And I just really like the way that that's done. So you can just choose from this list. It's not like, right, on row 1 you have X, Y, and Z. On row 2 you have A, B, and C. It's just like, screw it. fuck it. Here's a bunch of skills. Choose 3 of them. So you can go through your Curse of Tongues, Curse of Weakness. Of course, I'm a Warlock, so these are mine. Depending what class you are, of course, they will be different. Curse of Fragility. I just love the word fragility. I might have to take that. And of course, if you were to select something, let's say Endless Affliction, your unstable affliction deals the same damage as normal, but its duration is increased by 6 seconds. So let's just clicky poo some at random here. Curse of Shadows. Oh my god, the old ones are the best. 1,250 mana, 40 yard range, 37 cooldown. Magical damage over time effects will strike the target an additional time for 20% of their damage as shadow. Lasts for 10 seconds. So just lots of various things. So I'm just going to go with, for argument's sake, Nether Ward. These are just random. I'm not actually, setting up a proper PvP section. And Rotten Decay is a passive. Each time your drain life deals damage, increases duration of your unstable affliction, corruption, and agony on the target by 1 second. Always good in PvP to be draining the target anyway. So now that these are active, you'll notice that 2 are passives and 1 is actually an ability. So can I just drag that onto my bars? Yes. Yes, I can. I can't use it in Stormwind. So, without further delay, let's go into the outside world and start fighting, shall we? Right, let's deal with the controversial element of this, shall we? This could get people's bloods boiling, we shall see. I had to bring up my map. I have actually activated world questing. I've got top level and I've done the necessary requirements to open it up. But because I have activated war mode, if we scroll over one, for instance here, Treasure of the Tides, find Flynn, you'll notice that the reward is 23 gold and 40 silver. However, because I have activated war mode, I get a 10% bonus, an additional 2 gold and 34 silver pieces. The same with everything here. This one here, the same. This one here, the same. Everything, a 10% bonus because I have been disconnected. Oh! Well, it's RIP Warlock, but you get the drift. When you're doing a world quest, you get an additional bonus, you get more money, you get more this, you get more that, and that is at top level. Now, if I had to jump now to a Horde character, and this is a level 110, so this is going through the leveling procedure now, and I've activated war mode with this one as well. They too have the enlisted buff. Oh my god, it's stepping on my face. Experience gained from killing monsters and completing quests increased by 15%. That is an heirloom chest and back from the get-go, from the very start. Now, let's get a little bit serious now. I've done some silly voices and made some silly comments in this video, but let's just get serious for a moment. To incentivize people to PvP punishes people who PvE. Is this a good idea in my opinion? Personally, no. Think it's pretty shit. Think it's pretty disgusting, to be perfectly honest with you. I don't for 1 minute buy the excuse, when it's harder for PvP players, they're getting attacked in the outside world. Go to the forums. There isn't a fucking thread anywhere that's ever been written where somebody's gone, "Dear Blizzard, I am a PvP player and I am very upset at the fact that I saw my PvE friend level up to top level in a week, whereas myself, it took me a week and 1 hour due to the fact that I'm a PvP player." No, it's utter horseshit. It's a stupid argument that people are using to try and, of course, make this go through for PvE players. Now, if it was just leveling, and they were getting more, I would still think it's shit by Blizzard because you are punishing one playstyle and rewarding another. And the World of Warcraft is PvE and PvP. That is like punishing one segment because they like oranges and another because they like apples. It's horseshit if you really think about it. And I think it's horseshit anyway. But in the grand scale of things, so, you know, you kind of like, all right, it's a bad idea, but at the end of the day, you know, leveling to the top level doesn't take too long anyway. An expansion is, what, 2 years long? And it takes about a week or so, 2 weeks to level up if you're going at a casual pace. But the very fact that this also continues to top level, where your top level are getting more money, more resources, more whatever it is, simply because you choose PvP, Blizz, that's bullshit. It's massive, massive bullshit. And it isn't because PvP have it harder whatsoever. It is a choice. We all have a choice about whether or not we PvE or we PvP. And I think the fact that you are now punishing one segment and incentivizing, over-incentivizing, as you can see from the rewards, another segment is piss poor. And I am not going to change my opinion about that. Is war mode therefore bad in my eyes? No, not at all. In the sense of the actual war mode itself is a good idea, because now you don't have to be on a PvP server to play with your friends, or a PvE server to play with your friends anymore. Lots of friends segregated. I'm currently segregated from some of my friends. They like to play, well, they don't play the game anymore, but they used to like to play on a PvP server, whereas because I'm a YouTuber and I do a lot of filming, I actually find it much easier to be on a PvE server. Also, I kind of like the chill nature because I'm not a hardcore player anymore. So we were actually separated by servers. Now we could all be on the same server together. Isn't that lovely? And they could choose to come out into the open world with me PvE styly, or I actually might be convinced to go out with them in the open world, if they ever came back to WoW, and actually PvP with them, and we could just be on the same server at all times. So even if we chose different styles in the outside world, when we got back to the hubs, the main cities, etc., we could still dance on top of post boxes together. Wouldn't that just be lovely? So war mode, in theory, good idea. In as much as it can bring friends back together again. And God knows the World of Warcraft needs to have unity and needs to have some sort of goddamn interaction with other players. It's become way too much of a solo brand for my liking. But on the negative side, to incentivize through additional rewards, I think is horse crap. Utter horse crap, Blizz. And any PvPer that wants to argue that it's harder for them as a PvP player than a PvE player can suck a big fat one, because that, as we all know, is a crock of massive shit. So there you go. There are my thoughts and feelings on war mode, people. Oh, you just sit down, dude. Sorry, am I boring you? Am I boring you? Huh? Fucking horde. So there you go. Hope you enjoyed the vid. If you did, do give it a thumbs up, and also subscribe to my channel. Follow me on social media and Twitch for live streaming links. They're in the description box down below. Also hit the ding-a-ling-a-ling bell button to make sure you get notifications when I release videos. And I'll be back with some more stuff very soon. You take care. Bye for now.